Hi, I'm Ian Mackay, a C2 quadriplegic from Port Angeles, Washington. Today, I would like to introduce you to switch control. Switch control is a powerful tool that arrived with iOS 7 that allows people to interact with their device with nothing but a switch and a Bluetooth connection such as a Tecla. You can use a single switch, you can use 20. Switch types can range from sip and puff to fiber optic, a simple egg switch. But here I will demonstrate the setup for 2 micro switches. Let's start with what we're going to need. You're going to need a Tecla. For here we'll use a Tecla E. We'll also use an iPhone 10 in this case, running iOS 13, and then some kind of switch. Here we'll be using micro switches. For those of you that use a sip and puff, here's a pro tip. If you get yourself a lanyard from a convention, go ahead and take those clips off, put it on the back of your micro switch, and then they can clip right onto your sip and puff straw. Next, I'll demonstrate how to pair your Tecla with your phone and set your switches up to use. To pair it out of the box Tecla, start by turning it on. Next, you'll want to slide and hold the 3-way switch to the left position for 5 seconds until you hear a fast beep. And then, within your Bluetooth settings on your iOS device, locate the Tecla device and click it to pair. Next, we are going to assign actions to your switches. A cool feature of switch control is that one switch can serve multiple purposes. The first step will be to open Settings, scroll down to Accessibility, and then scroll down to Switch Control. You'll want to toggle that to the on position. And then we will go ahead and add a switch and assign it an action. My preference is to use one switch for Select Item, and then use my second switch for Move to Next Item and a long press that activates Siri. I don't assign a long press to my first switch just because it defaults to allow you to do device switching, which is really handy. Anyway, this allows me to utilize any function of the phone, just as an able-bodied individual might. Also, when I'm finished, I tend to toggle switch control off and then back on to ensure it works properly. Here's a quick overview of the settings I use, just me scrolling through my switch control options. One important one to notice is that I have my tap behavior set to auto tap. It works best for me. Once you have your switch control set up, here's how it works. I'll be using typing as a way to demonstrate. So switch control works by narrowing your field of selection. Here you'll see a green square around the entire keyboard. By clicking your select switch, the green square can now select a single line of the keyboard. You can select the Move to Next switch to move between lines, and then further narrow your selection to choose a letter. Next, I'd like to demonstrate a powerful tool, which is the menu. If you're using 2 switches and auto tap, then a quick double click of your primary switch opens the menu by default. There are a lot of important tools within the menu. Here's me scrolling through my text messages. One important submenu is Device. This gives you access to tools such as Control Center, Volume, App Switcher, Reboot, and Lock Screen. I encourage all switch control users to thoroughly explore the device menu. Another valuable tool is Gestures. Within the Gestures menu, you can mimic hand actions such as pinch, hold and grab, flick, and many more. Finally, the Home button is very convenient to bring you back to square one. I hope this has been an informative and good demonstration of the power of switch control. For those with adequate voice, try experimenting with voice control in addition. They complement each other very nicely. The main message I'd like to leave you with is, with these technologies, limited motor function does not need to be a barrier to mobile technology access.